Mitochondria, known as the powerhouses of the cell, make the energy that powers cells and are a key player in deciding whether cells live or die. A research group led by Carlos T. Moraes, professor of neurology and cell biology and anatomy at the University of Miami, increased the amount of mitochondria in a mouse model by a transgenic expression of a gene called PGC1-alpha. By increasing the number of mitochondria in the muscle cells of aged mice, they saw a remarkable improvement in their overall health, and they also experienced increased longevity.
Mitochondria are compartments inside the cell. That's where a number of reactions take place, with the ultimate goal of providing the cell with enough energy to survive. Fat molecules are metabolized in mitochondria. Fat are very efficient sources of energy, and when mitochondria has a defect, fat is not metabolized promptly, and it accumulates both inside the mitochondria and outside the mitochondria. And that has been associated with a number of health problems. For example, insulin insensitivity, that's also called type 2 diabetes, and also with an increase in inflammation throughout the body. There is a consensus that this accumulation of fat is very bad for health and decreases longevity. Long ago, it has been speculated that when capacity of produce energy goes down, the cell will suffer and that might lead to aging. And besides the energy production, mitochondria also produces a lot of free radicals. And when there's a defect in some of these mitochondrial enzymes, the levels of free radicals go up dramatically. So somehow, by increasing the amount of mitochondria in the muscle, you are improving health throughout the body. And if you think about it, it's not really surprising because exercise does something very similar. Endurance exercise increases the amount of mitochondria in muscle, and we all know about the beneficial effects to general health and to aging as well. What we're doing also is using fat more efficiently, because now you don't have that accumulation of fat because mitochondria is there to metabolize whatever is available. And recently, there has been a mouse that was developed that was quite interesting. It has a genetic defect. Usually a mouse lives 2 to 3 years, but with this mouse that's called a mutator mouse, by 1 year, the mouse looks extremely old, with hair loss. The hair becomes white also if it's a black mouse, and there is problems with bones and the curvature of the spine, all the things that you see in aging. What we did was to increase the expression of this key transcription factor that's called PGC1-alpha. And by increasing the expression of PGC1-alpha, all these mitochondrial-related genes increased as well. And then the muscle had more mitochondrial. We have started to use some drugs that can mimic the effect of PGC1-alpha. And we have already observed some interesting things. For example, that hair loss that the mutator mouse has all but disappeared in the mouse treated with this drug that also increases mitochondrial biogenesis throughout the body. So we have some early evidence that increasing mitochondrial levels will be beneficial at least to certain signs of aging.